Everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we got to know how to register, APIs into the console. In this video, we'll learn how we can, monitor our application. Monitor means what? Assume you have deployed your web API or any solution. It's up and running fine. But if it's going down, how you will get to know? There should be some, portal where you can see your service is up and running or not. If it's just a one service, you can just go to that server and see if that is running or not. But in case of microservices, right, there could be many microservices. You can't just go and on each and every services. So there should be a portal which can take care of this job, right? So that is where we are going to use Prometheus monitoring services. What we will do, we will we will just add the Prometheus component into our in our microservices so that it can produce Prometheus's metrics, and those metrics we will be able to see in the Prometheus environment. I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So for Prometheus, you can download from their own websites, Prometheus, and you can download whatever version. So since I am running on Windows, so I have downloaded the Windows one. And once you download, there will be a one exe which is gonna look like. I'll just show you Prometheus over here. So once you download, you will be seeing a folder structure like that, and there will be one exe called Prometheus.exe. All right, and you should be you should be able to find one more something called Prometheus.yml file. That is the main file how we will be adding those services. This is the this is the only file which take care of all kind of settings. All right, first I'll show you the demo, then I'll just show you how to do that setup. All right, so just so far I just covered, like, we have downloaded the Prometheus exe. That's it. So I'll just show you I am running these three services, and you can see over here, if I go back to console, you are seeing like these services are up and running. All right, there are many ways to register the or create a job into the Prometheus to monitor those services. I'll just show you all those two. Okay, so first I'll show you the demo. As you can see, our user manager service is running on port number 0006001. So if I hit send, and you are able to see these metrics, so it will tell you other information like how many times, so which API is called, like those count also. So for example, if you see there is a one get API or this, I'll just create a call. So I'm in stock management service which is running on 60002. Now what I'll do, I'll just call this get API multiple times. Okay, now I'll just go back to same port number and see the metrics. This is that one. Now get API, let's see the count. Yeah, this is the one. Can you see right now it's showing total count is 3. Now let me execute one more time so that it should become 4. Done. I'll hit again. You can see that it became 4. So using this Prometheus metric, we will get to know like who is using our API and which API is getting used more frequently, right? These kind of information we get from Prometheus. So this is just one demo. Now what we need to do, we need to bind this Prometheus endpoint, that is nothing but matrix/matrix. So we need to do something in our code. What you need to do, you just go to your project, you add one library. I'll just show you from the def, that is, it will be very easy for you to see. So what you need to do, you add this, okay, so you just need to install this package Prometheus-net.asp.net core. Once you install it, your machine will be able to use, able to create those metrics whatever I showed you from the Postman. All right, so I'll just go back. This is first step. After adding the library, to the package, right, you just need to go to your startup file, and in that you just need to have two methods. You need to call it, one from the endpoint where you have this method called configure. So you need to call one something called endpoint.map metrics so that it will map those metrics, and one more is app.use http metrics. That's it. If you have the package installed in your solution and call these two methods inside configure application builder, then your solution will be up and running, and with those it will also produce those metrics also. This is just a one example I show you. It will tell you other information like how much CPU is consumed. Let's see that also. CPU. Yeah, it's showing that information somewhere. Where it's searching at? Yeah, it's over here. So you can say process CPU seconds total, this 5.1711875. So like that we can get so many informations from this Prometheus library. All right, so now you got to know how to enable from C# code, I mean to the web API. I again repeat it. You just need to install that library, which is not this, which is nothing but this one, Prometheus-net.asp.net core. And in startup file you just need to have the two method you need to call inside the configure method. So this is the configure method. You just, after routing, it should be after routing, you say use http matrix, and in the inside use endpoints you say endpoint dot map matrix. That's it. All right, so by this you will be able to produce the metrics for your web API. .NET Core 3.0. In 2.2 there is a different, slight difference, not big. All right, now what we need to do, we need to map these metrics into the what you call this Prometheus. So what we'll do, we just go to the Prometheus.yaml file, which you will get along with your setup. So once you download and unzip it, you will be able to see these two things. One is exe, another is YAML file. So if you open it, you do it every by default it will have just this endpoint, which is nothing but your Prometheus endpoint. So it's what it's saying, it's generating Prometheus metrics for this setup itself. Okay, now there are ways to add new jobs. We used to call it as a job or a target into the Prometheus, just like a service. So you have seen that there is a service called user management, okay, which is over here. So there is a one way is like you can directly create a new job and say give a job name and where is your metrics. So our metrics are running on this path, like a port number whatever it is, and then slash metrics, that is the path. So that path you need to mention over here. So ours is running on metrics, so I'm saying slash metrics. And what is the target location? So you will say localhost, it's running on localhost. And what's the port number? So you can see it's running on 6001, so that's why I'm mentioning over there. So this is one way, that means you hard code it. So what if you change the port number, again you have to come here and then change the port number, then only metrics will work, right? So that is why we are using console also. So so this is one way. Other two, so one service I am mapping like this so that you will get this way, and other two I am mapping with the console. So if you change the port number, it will automatically take care of that. So for that, what you need to say, again you have to create a job, give any name. I am just simply saying console registered services, and again for both the services path is same, that's why I'm saying slash matrix. And where your console is running, so I'm saying localhost, same settings what we did while registering the services inside console. So same thing, localhost, then give the port number 8500. Now here there is a catch over here. So console might be having so many services, right? I'll just show you the console window first. So this is the console dashboard. It's having 1 2 3 4 services. I may not be interested in all, so that is why you give the names whatever you want to show into the Prometheus. So since I already hard coded user management, so this I don't want to add it again. All right, so that is why I'm not including, because it's over here. Can you see that? So what I'll do, I am interested only in the other two left, that is services, that is nothing but stock management and the stock report services. Only I'm just giving the service names, that is nothing but ID. So I use the same name while registering the services into the console. It has to be same, then only it will work. These are just a default setting. You just keep it like what all information you want to use, tags and the services name. That's why I'm keeping here. Once you are done, just save it. And one more thing over here, we can monitor our RabbitMQ also. You might have seen like how we are using RabbitMQ to send up, using for the communication between the microservices. So what if you want to monitor RabbitMQ also, whether it's up and running and what is the CPU the consumption, and so all sorts of information. So for that, what you can do, before that I showed you how to install the RabbitMQ in a previous video, you can check it out. Now just to enable the matrix, just like how we are enabling matrix inside our solution, what we are doing, we are installing one package. Just like that in matrix, you need to enable that plugin. So for that, what you could do, you just go to this website, RabbitMQ slash Prometheus HTML, and there you will be able to see something called RabbitMQ plugins enable, and then type the Prometheus plugin name. You know how to execute this code, right? It's just you go to that where you have installed the RabbitMQ. There you will see one sbin folder. I'll just show it right away again. Go to program files and then RabbitMQ server, and then this folder I was talking sbin. From there you open a command prompt in administrator mode and then simply execute this command: RabbitMQ plugins enable RabbitMQ Prometheus. Once you enable it, you will be having one endpoint running on this port number 15692/matrix. They are also using the same thing. So I'll show you what kind of matrix it's producing. I'll just go to Postman, and you can see it's the same port number 15692/matrix. Since I have already enabled it, so that is why it's able to produce so many metrics. All right. So for this, since we are not having console, we didn't register with console. So what we can do, anyway, RabbitMQ port number is not gonna change so frequently like services. So what we'll do, we'll just register the way we register the user management. A simple way. Simply give any name. I will saying RabbitMQ/matrix. You say statics like where the give the target name, target location, so it's running on this port number, and the port local host, and the port number is 15692, which you can get it from their website. It's over here. All right, once this part is done, you just simply restart your, just save it and then restart your Prometheus exe. Just stop it if it's running and then simply say hit exe. Once this part is done, by default port number of the Prometheus is 9090. Yeah, it's over here. You can see it's showing a localhost column 9090. This is the home page of the Prometheus. I'll come to this in a while. So first I'll cover this status. So his status, it shows you a lot of information. So first I'll just say service discovery. Here you will be seeing all the endpoints. So we are getting 2 endpoints from console, as you have seen that in my YAML file. There are only 2 endpoints which I am taking. One I already dedicated, I was having job that for RabbitMQ, and another for user management, and Prometheus is by default was there. So we have these many endpoints. Now what you can do, you can click on targets. You will be able to see it's saying all services are up and running. If I stop one of the service, this will become down. So, I mean, like this will say down. So I'll just I'll just make this service stop. I stop the service. Now if this was running on port number 602, it will say service is not running. Is it same? I stopped it. 1 second, I'll check the port number. Okay, I stopped the port number 6003. So I'll just go back here. Okay, the service is down now. I will go back to the Prometheus dashboard page. I'll refresh the page. You see it's saying it's down. All right, and this is the way we can get to know. So, and there is a way also you can trigger emails. Assume this service is down for a longer time, so you should be notified automatically instead of coming to this website and seeing, okay, where is the service which is down or not. So we can create alerts also. That I'll explain you. Before that, I'll just show you there is a query how we can use it. You simply say up. If you execute this one, you will be able to see only one service is down. 0 means down. So you can see it's showing stock report is equal to 0. That means the service is not running. Others are up and running. That's why 1 means running. Similarly, you can see graphs also. So you just simply say past in the, just clicking on this. You will, since I was running just some time before, that's why it's showing very less data we have it. That's why the graphs are small. So in the real scenario, you will be having big you will be having so much data, so it will be coming as a proper graph. All right, like that you can execute many queries, but you will be thinking how you will get to know which query to execute or not. So it's very simple. You just go to the same endpoint. So for example, I was showing you like this is having like I executed the get API 4 times, right? So you just simply copy this query, and assume you are interested in this kind of query and you want to capture this data only. Simply execute over here and say console. You will be able to see the same data. Okay, so this is one part. Anyway, going forward, you will be having I'll show you how to show this kind of data in a very better way using the Grafana visualization. As you can see in my slide, if I go back, I'm just covering Prometheus and Alert Manager in this video. In the coming video, I will show you how to install Grafana and how to see all those metrics into the Grafana, because there is very beautiful charts it used to create. All right, I'll just go back to the same screen again where we were having Prometheus. So all sorts of queries you can type over here and simply execute. You will be able to get the data. Now I'll just show you how to trigger emails. Assume this service was down for so long, you can create trigger events. For that, what you need to do, you scroll up the same YAML file. What you say, first thing, you want to create rules, then only it will work. So I created one file called alert_rules.yaml file. If you see the alert file, what I'm saying, if the instance is down, you give any name. If the when it has to create, when the alert is there's the name, and when any service is up is equal to 0. I showed you one query when it was showing all services are is equal to 1 and 1 was equal to 0. So 0 means down. So whenever this is the expression, this is the query name, that's why I'm saying it's up is equal to 0 for 1 minute. You can give any timing. So for example, if you want to monitor only when the service is down for 1 hour or something, you just say 1h. In that case, it will be waiting. It won't trigger the email until unless it's just cross the limit. So for example, in my case, I'm keeping it at 1 minute. So after 1 minute, it will say firing. It will trigger the event. I mean to say email. So this is one file, you need to create it and just enable this commented part. You will be having other samples. You just give whatever file name you have given while creating the YAML file of the alert rules. Give that, and you need to download the alert manager package also from the Prometheus. So what you can do, you just go to their releases, this GitHub page. You simply say anyway, you can download from their main websites as well as from the GitHub releases. You simply copy any one of the package and download into your machine. Once you download just like Prometheus, you will get one more exe. I'll just show you. Should be having somewhere alert manager. Yeah, so you will be able to see this kind of thing once you unzip that. So there is something called alert manager YAML file and alert manager exe, and you will be seeing this kind of settings. So this here you just need to configure your email, from where to send it and something like, I mean, like, where is your email, what's the password, what is the like SMTP, something like that. So for Gmail, smtp.gmail.com colon 587, that is nothing but smart host name. Give your email ID, where to where you want to receive the email, from which account you want to send, give that email ID, username, password for that account. Simple thing. Once you do this much, you should be able to see. Go back to the same Prometheus site, which is over here, and there is something called rules. Once you have this setting, and I'll go back to YAML file again. This one, once you have this one, and by default when you will run, it will run on the port number of 9093 alert manager. Just like Prometheus, you just run alert manager also. The moment you run from the console, you should be able to see 909 port number will be running. Just to enable it from over here. Okay, once you have done and then restart your Prometheus, you should be able to see something called rules is equal to whatever rules you have defined it, and alert. Here you will be seeing like firing one, because I stopped the service long back, right? Long means like at least 5-10 minutes before. So that is why it's saying firing. Firing means it must be triggering the event. And once you once this is done, you will be able to see emails. I'll show you the format of that email. You should be able to see the email something like this. To see the alert manager also, you just go to run and build configuration. You will be able to see your alert manager endpoint also. Okay, and other settings whatever you did from YAML file. All right, in the next video I will cover Grafana, how to install that and how to see those metrics whatever we are seeing from the previous website. I mean to say these, like you are typing up and what, like another, so many queries are there, right? Those metrics we will be seeing from Grafana. All right, thanks very much.